They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about SwissBorg is that they have an amazing app.
Pow wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. This is Pow number 5. Super excited to be with you guys. Today, we're going to dive into the love of the community, then talk about these insane markets that are rallying. Bitcoin is at all-time high. Then talk about SwissBorg ecosystem that is rising, and we're living the dream. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. If you're not part of the family picture, you know what to do. Just please send your picture and we'll be adding you very shortly. Question of the week. What does democratizing wealth management mean at SwissBorg? As you guys know, this is our mission and we want to make it fair, fun, and community-centric. But how do we manage to do so? Well, first you have to make it accessible to everyone. Legally, make sure that your product's available and people could participate in. And that's from the essence of our ICO, where 149 countries participated, to their community app and now to the wealth app. Making sure just people could take part in it. But then what you have to do is that you want to make it as fair as possible. And I think so this transparent philosophy that we have at SwissBorg is really that. It's not only to make it accessible, to make it transparent like that, it brings in trusts. This fairness makes it very eligible for everyone, right? Everyone wants a democracy because it's something that is very well fair, that anyone could take part. Then you need to build robust products and easy products that anyone could participate in. That's the wealth app. You could onboard quickly and then you could start trading as a pro, even if you're just a beginner thanks to a smart engine. And you want to make it robust and scalable enough for even that the pros, such as many of you guys are traders and investors, you get actually begs execution. And last but not least, that little thing that everyone's forgetting, it's the fun part. This is why we're doing this YouTube videos, Crypto Nights on Wednesdays. This is why we're doing all these AMAs, the community app, which is a fun game, and how we always bring edutainment into the game. It's if the game is not funny, there's no game. And this is really why at SwissBorg, we're making a massive difference within this very important industry. Guys, we have been swamped this last 2 months with onboarding people. It's been amazing. We grew from 70,000 to 170,000. And for that, I just want to remind you guys that if you have any friends that you refer or friends you're watching right now these videos and you're onboarding, please make sure to onboard in the smoothest way by doing the right things. While you're doing your KYC, please make sure that your first name, you use it as your first name, right? Not your nickname, not your family name, but your first name, like Cyrus. And your family name is your last name, okay? That means that you should use it like for me, like Fazel. And really make sure that your birth date is correct. Your nationality is correct as well. If you're living in Switzerland, but you're French, you still are French, right? When you're taking your selfies, make sure that's clear enough. You don't wear a mask. It's not blurry, because if not, it's just not going to go through. And as well, while you're taking that selfie, it would be good to actually have a t-shirt on, because the picture, it's not only your face, it goes for your whole body. So the agents don't necessarily want to see a lot of these, amazing, strong muscles that you guys have, but really concentrate on your face, and please wear a shirt for that reason. While you're onboarding with these different identification, like driving license, passports, or ID cards, make sure that you are really using the identical photo itself. Like if you are taking a picture of a computer that has your ID, that's not going to work. You really have to physically take a picture, and you have to take on both sides to make sure that happens. Onboarding, proof of residence, the KYC number 2, guys. A picture from yourself at your house does not work, and we did receive it. What you need to provide is a bank statement, a utility bill, a credit card statement, something official from the government, a certificate that really shows that you are living at a certain place. And more importantly, this should be not older than 90 days. Payment tips as well. Most of the issues coming from the support is coming from the fact that we cannot actually find your payments. And For that reason, please remind yourself, first thing, you have to send from your bank account that you are the beneficial owner, not your company, not your wife, it should be yourself. Your first name and name should be the beneficiary of this account. Then make sure to use the reference code. This is the biggest problem we're having. People are not using the reference code. And I do understand there's some banks you cannot put a reference code, but that's fine. Just use it with different terms like a message, in description, in subject, notifications. There's a lot of different ways that you could actually put this reference and you could add it into these different boxes. So please do that. Last but not least, it's very important to you guys to, if you're depositing euros, to send euros. Don't send Swiss francs, don't send dollars, don't send another currency. Make sure that you're actually using that fiat that you want. Bounties of the week, guys. We are growing as a family, and more, if you're looking to join an amazing organization, please look at these different jobs. We have senior business operation manager that will take care of all the operations and support. It's a great job that we're looking forward. Treasury manager as well. There's scale engineer, data engineer, engineering manager. There's so many new roles that come every week at SwissBorg. We're hiring and training the best people around the world. If you want to be part of it, please do. If you know anyone within your network, refer, and you will earn up to 3,000 CHSB tokens worth of dollars. News of the week. It's been a crazy week. From CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, has set up his own Bitcoin node. Really, he's showing that more and more he's really one of the big guys in the game. PayPal, that just boosted their revenues of more than 12% only in a very short matter of just 1 or 2 months of existence in crypto. That means that so many other fintechs are going to get into crypto in the very short run. In Switzerland, we finally could accept tokenization of shares. This is a massive step. There's been a lot of talk, there's been a lot of different initiatives, but right now we have a blockchain law that goes into effect. That means tokenization is gonna happen, and we're gonna have a lot of different assets on these beautiful distributed ledgers, and this will be eventually be into the Wealth app. So super excited about that. Last but not least, as you guys know, Elon Musk went from owning Dodge to go to Bitcoin. And now, as you know, the market's rallying all-time high with Bitcoin exploding. The richest man on the planet, the biggest futuristic of the 21st century, probably the coolest, craziest guy ever, has now bought Bitcoin at $40,000. 10% of Tesla's treasury is into it with 1.5 billion. That is a huge amount of money. But more importantly, this shows that today everyone within the technology community is embracing crypto and blockchain. And what is the dominating factor today within the financial markets? It's NASDAQ. Those tech companies are more and more going to buy into crypto, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and eventually SwissBorg token as well. And that really means that there's no way back from today. The richest man on the planet has talked, has made a tweet, more importantly, got into it. And now Tesla, the best performing stock of the last 10 years, last year as well, is there. And this today means that everyone who's buying Tesla stock has exposure indirectly to Bitcoin. And your next car, your next solar panel, you're going to pay it in crypto through Tesla because they're being accepting. So this is massive news. They're going to have a domino effect of more and more institutional money coming in. And the best of all of this story is that you guys got in super early. But that does mean as well that people that will buy Bitcoin at 50,000 means as well is probably going to be early as well. And this really is a massive milestone that you should realize and be super proud about getting into crypto for a long time, believing in SwissBorg, and being awesome. CHSB, last week, man, I was about to have a cry when I saw $1 early in the morning. I was like, oh my God, we're almost close to that $1 billion market cap. It's amazing, guys. It's been such a phenomenal last year. It's just so rewarding, and all of you guys that believed in it for such a long time, that locked, got into premium, now going to sustainable yield with CHSB token. It's great. It's just phenomenal how have we done this all together. Obviously, there's been some consolidating from that 95 cents to roughly 80 cents, and we're going back and forth, but that's normal. I mean, if you look at, beginning of the year, we were at 25 cents. That was only a month and a few days ago, and now we're already at 80 plus cents, which is really something great. I think so fundamentally, it really shows that we do rally and we do have some beta to the market, but we still, behave as our own. And is some people taking profit? Maybe they are. Will they regret it? Most probably, but that's fine. Again, that is really fine. And we saw with BNB rally that went up 200% and in the recent, at least 100% in the last week. It comes from the fact that Coinbase is going to do an IPO. We talked about that last week, and more people want to get into these different crypto exchanges and buy these different tokens. So we're going to see a inflow of, I think so, a big amount of capital coming from the institutional into these different tokens. And the great thing about the SwissBorg is that we are very well positioned as one of the top, I would say, meta exchange in the world, and especially one dominating Europe right now. So we're very, very positive about SwissBorg token, and even more when I can talk about later about the community index. Talking about great year DeFi, guys, this DeFi trend is huge. We talked about it in the beginning of last year when we're at few millions. We went up to, I think so, 15 million. That was huge, right? Within a short time of just 1 month, we went from 15 to 35. We have added $20 billion within that market. And that really shows how big this market potential has. We're talking about South Korea and big institutional money flowing into this game, and understanding that there's a lot to do. We're completely having talks with different institutional investors that want to get into the smart yield and want to develop different products for them. This market is going to go probably nuts, up to 200 billion by the end of the year is totally possible. And what does that have as an effect is that every token that is close to DeFi is going to grow, and that's really going to help against SwissBorg token like Aave, token like a lot of them on the Wealth app actually, and we're very positive about this momentum. And more importantly, Ethereum. Obviously, the gas price is negative, but Ethereum launches first futures on the CME just recently. That shows that there's more institutional money going in. This Grayscale fund, is growing on Ethereum as well. But more importantly, DeFi, we know that there's Binance Smart Chain. There's other different protocols that are being worked in with DeFi. But Ethereum is still the leading one, and it's doing fantastically well. The barrier right now is at 1,800, but that could propel to 3,000 and more going forward, as we know that it's still the number one platform around the world for most applications, and especially for DeFi. You guys wanted it? Here you go. Transparency again to democratize crypto wealth management. This is what we need. A great report where it's just being published today is the performance overview, the safety net evolution, the strategy optimizer, allocation, all of that on our beautiful smart yield that today is on USDC. But going forward, we're going to be add Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and DAI, and it's going to be a great investment theme that people are going to enjoy more and more and more. So now let's talk about numbers. For the last month and a half, we had a great performance of over 20% in most cases. That means you guys could have yelled 20% on APY, which is, I think, something really, really much better than any platform, actually, to be honest. In terms of the minimal yield was 16. The maximum was up to 26%, which is crazy. We have now 10,000 people into the smart yield. At the end of the month, we were at 22 million, but today we're already at 34 million, which is really great. And we know that we guys been earning close to $300,000 with a very low risk. And the safety net is at $5 million today, which is really, really good. we've seen that as this is daily liquid, people came on and off, and I understand that. I really understand that people, like to subscribe and redeem, and that's what gives this great freedom, and again, a way to democratize crypto wealth management. In terms of allocation, I think so. What we've seen here is that there's a fair amount of protocols that have been audited and in a very good way, looking at their oracles, making sure that their blockchain itself and the wallets is well done. And, out of those 6 different ones, these are really the ones we consider as Beefy, BTF, Compound, Idle, Pancake, Curve, Harvest, Venus, and Barnbridge. These are really the different platforms that we'd be using. And in terms of blockchain itself, we really looked at Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum Transaction. That's really been the only 2 protocols that we're working with. In terms of breakdown of assets, they're concentrated into these 4 different big platforms, which is Venus, Harvest, Curve, and Idle. And those are the ones we're the most confident. And 0.5% is really to the junk. Once you get like very high yield, but you're not being able to allocate too much in these liquidity pools, because essentially, they're highly speculative, and in terms of potential economic hacks could happen. And that's why we've been really concentrating on those 4 bigs, and it has done great results. Wealth app and the numbers, guys. It's been all-time high for everything. It's crazy. We finally got to $1 billion volume. This is great. $1 billion, a huge milestone for SwissBorg after 10 months. We had 65,000 people trading on a single day. That is crazy. 171,000 users, and probably after this video is going to be 175. Asset under management, we're getting close to 1 billion. This is amazing. $740 million asset under management. And wait, this is probably the craziest thing. $178 million of volume within 1 week. So that means that out of almost a year, we did 1 billion. But out of just 1 week, we almost did 20% of all our volume within 1 week. And numbers are just skyrocketing as we speak. Last but not least, 44 million was injected into the Wealth app, mainly fiat. We are so proud about this, that people are coming with fiat investing and earning in a very smart, transparent way. This is fantastic number, guys. Super pumped. SwissBorg data. Even if today is $40,000 to $50,000, there's been 200 people added. We have close to 4,000. CHSB stake 15% of total supply. CHSB yield program 35%. Total together, that's 50% of assets that are trusted, that are being used in a fundamental way, guys. Fundamental way. 50% of all circulating supply of SwissBorg tokens are locked rather in the premium or in the smart yield. We are 46% away from being top 50, $650,000 into the Protect and Burn. We'll probably get to 1 million soon, and we're ranked number 61. Which brings us to the community index. Are we at 8.678? 9.8, guys. This has been all-time high. Everything is boosting. CHSB token volume, app activity, social media, DAO, and community app. Every number is just all-time highs, guys. This means that you're going to get rewarded even more. Super excited that you guys will get a very high yield in tomorrow, starting tomorrow with a SwissBorg sustainable yield. Really glad about that. As you guys know, tomorrow is Crypto Night with Eric Voorhees, founder of Shapeshift, and not only that, one of the very early guys into crypto. You should watch. It's a must watch. I'll be checking out tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Swiss time as every week. Guys, we are living the dream. It's been a phenomenal start of the year. Everything from institutional money coming from Grayscale to now Tesla, the richest man on the planet, owning 50% of the treasury of Bitcoin, of the SwissBorg token going from 10 cents to totally $1, from the Wealth app going from 60,000 to 180,000 users, going from 100 million to 780 million AUM, and having $200 million of trading volume within 1 week. These things don't happen so often. And it shows how you guys have trusted us, how we put the right word, the right muscles, the right time, and everything is alignment. The future is extremely bright, as Alex said, and I really want to thank all of you guys for this, because again, without you, nothing would be happening. And really today I feel that, you know, more and more, and we're getting more and more love messages, and please comment, share whatever you have in your mind here. It's just going time by time, it's month by month, things are getting better and better and better. And I really want to stress out the fact that this market is booming. I think so it's very important to diversify your risk as well with a smart whale. I think so that's something that could really lower down and, you know, change your risk profile. And there's so much great things to happen. Right now, we're playing a lot of defense, to be honest. Okay, guys, we're playing the fact that we really need to ramp up and improve the support, improve old onboarding, the payment structure, to make sure you're getting the best out of it. We had some complaints. We're really working hard. You know, these eye bags doesn't come from, you know, sunbathing, but this smile comes from you guys. And that's what you have to remember, is that we're living right now record times, all-time high regarding everything, and for that we want to reward you. And from the bottom of my heart, guys, really love you. Be happy, wealthy, and healthy. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.
Whether you want to buy 100 Bitcoins or 10 euros, you can always get the best price execution.